You may not understand that rates for long-term care insurance can vary significantly, and the bottom line is, isn't what you really want getting the best coverage for the best or the lowest rate? If you do, this presentation will help you address that. This is Jesse Sloan, Executive Director of the American Association for Long-Term Care Insurance. We're the industry trade organization, and what I want to share today, based on our knowledge and data, is what you need to know when you start to look into buying long-term care insurance protection for yourself and your spouse, or another family member. I want to explain this in as simple a way as possible. So what we've done is we've taken rates calculated from our 2012 long-term care insurance price index for a single man or a single woman who's age 55, and they're buying really what's the most commonly bought amount of coverage today. You start with $164,000 of benefit, and it increases every year at 3%. So what you're looking at, the green number, is the low premium charged by one insurance company today. But as I said, each insurance company sets their own rates. So while one company is offering this amount of coverage for $1,428, another company is offering it for as much as $2,500, almost an 80% difference between the two companies. And since you're going to pay that every single year, that difference is really going to add up. But the point here is not everybody will qualify for preferred health. Some will only meet standard health standards. And what you can see there is the difference between the low and the high is 95%. And these are different companies. Company that offers the low to preferred health may not be the same company offering the low rate for standard health. Each company has their health sweet spots, and that's an important fact to know. There are also sweet spots when it comes to age. So what we're showing here is the combined rate for a couple. That means the couple pays this, not each person, just it's a combined rate. And what you can see is at age 60, there's a 102% difference between the low-priced company and the high-priced company. And we only look at basically the leading companies in the industry when the association does its price index. But at age 65, the difference is narrowed to 87%. Again, it's because each of these companies have sweet spots based on their experience and how they view the market. So not only do rates vary, but acceptable health conditions vary. What that means is some companies will look at any of the three health conditions up here and say, no, that's an automatic decline. Others may accept them. They may ask for a little bit more medical history and medical records. But that means if you have any existing health conditions or you're taking basically more than two what I would call standard medications, kind of the ones that are very common, or perhaps your weight's a little bit higher than normal, you need to shop your health as well as your age in order to find the right coverage for the best price. And I have to be honest in telling you that insurance professionals vary. And these are the three things that I believe you want to look at. Not every insurance professional, meaning an agent or a financial planner, will have access to multiple long-term care insurance policies. Some will only have access to the one company they represent. And that company could be, in the center of the sweet spot, meaning that they're the ones offering you the lowest price. But the chances are that they're not going to tell you if they aren't. They're not going to be able to shop around and offer you comparison quotes. Other insurance professionals, called brokers, they'll generally have access to multiple companies, and based on their experience and how much they sell, will determine how many long-term care insurance companies they have access to. Policy level knowledge varies. I have to tell you, it's when you're buying this, you're looking at rates, and that's what you're really comparing. You're not thinking about what happens 10, 15 years down the line when you're ready to go on claim. That's when that policy language is ever so important because it's going to define whether you receive benefits or don't. And an agent must be familiar with the policies to know what's covered and what isn't. And lastly, experience. Their experience in the field. You know, as we say, when you're shopping for a doctor, yes, you want someone with good bedside manner, but really you want someone, if you have a medical condition, who's got experience in the field. And I will tell you that long-term care insurance is just the same analogy. So let me suggest 3 questions that will quickly help you ascertain who's someone that you should feel comfortable working with. The first question is the obvious one. How many long-term care insurance companies do you represent? That will tell you whether they only represent the one or whether they represent multiple ones. And a good specialist today will represent anywhere from 4 to 6 or more of the primary carriers. How many long-term care insurance policies do you sell each year? That's important because really an incidental producer who sells only 1 or 2, well, chances are they don't spend a great deal of time really following the industry, reading policy provisions, and that's important. They can give you a quote and they can give you the sales pitch, but that's almost as far as they're going to take it. And rather than embarrassing yourself or the producer and asking, how long have you been doing this, this is a good question to ascertain really their experience in the field. Ask, have any of your long-term care insurance clients filed for benefits? What that's going to tell you is generally people don't file for benefits. The industry average is about 9 years. So that will give you a sense of, 1, have they been doing this for some time? And 2, have they actually witnessed what happens when someone who buys coverage needs the benefits from their policy? Last recommendation, on the American Association for Long-Term Care Insurance website, we have a number of consumer guides that are filled with other kinds of helpful tips and information. And you can see the website address right there, aaltci.org/guides to access them. No sign-in, no personal information is required. You just click on the Read Now button and read away. And after listening and watching this presentation or reading our online guides, if you feel comfortable requesting a no-obligation quote from an association member, you just look for this little box and we will hook you up with an association member who's licensed in your state who will give you, as I said, costs, prices at no cost, no obligation, and without any pressure. Thank you so much for watching this presentation. I hope it's been helpful to you.